Yeah, this is pretty insane and a massive political stunt from the left here, including the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, who was arrested for trespassing, right? Now, first and foremost, Congress does have the ability to conduct oversight in detention facilities. However, they have to schedule the visit beforehand for security purposes, right? And you obviously cannot allow people into a detention facility when there's a protest going on directly outside of it, right? So these members of Congress and the mayor of Newark, New Jersey decided that this was the perfect time to storm the gates of this ICE detention facility and break into it, right? I mean, how ridiculous do you have to be? These people are insane. And within the next couple of days, I hope we have hearings asking for their removal from Congress.
Get over her! You are fascists! This is people!
Yeah, what does that look like to you? I mean, you hear the woman in the background yelling, "This is peaceful, you are fascist," right? You can't be, just for context here, you can't be shoving somebody and screaming at them that this is peaceful, right? It doesn't work that way. You're either peaceful or you're not. When you're charging the gates of a secure federal facility, literally breaking into the gates, is that peaceful to you? Because in my mind, it looks like the Democrats here, the Congress members, incited a mob to try to break into a federal penitentiary for illegal immigrants, right? This is insane. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I was like, what in the world is happening, right? And the Democrats, the congressional Democrats, are crying about this. They're saying that it's all Donald Trump's fault that this happened, right? And that ICE has to be held accountable, not the actions of the Democrats. And here they are crying about it. And one guy almost literally cries.
Of individuals just going about their lives in the streets. We came here to see the conditions inside, and those conditions aren't bad. We don't know that everyone who is inside belongs there. But we knew that people are okay, they're safe, it's clean, they're feeding them.
I'm going to chime in every now and then because I'm just going to break down the lies that they tell as they're telling them.
ICE is out of control. ICE thinks it can intimidate all of us, and it cannot intimidate any of us.
Yeah, ICE is out of control and trying to intimidate, right? That's not true. The Democrats here were trying to intimidate ICE, and what they wanted was a publicity stunt, and they got it, right? Now, they think that they can show up unannounced to a secure federal penitentiary for dangerous individuals, right? And there's standard operating procedures for how you walk through certain buildings. They thought they could just walk on in, putting everybody's safety at risk.
And we, the people, will make sure that this administration adheres to the rules that separate us from dictatorships in other third world countries. And I've spoken much too long. Let me turn this over to LaMonica. I guess because I'm the oldest and I'm the angriest.
Thank you so much, Councilwoman Bonnie Watson Coleman. First of all, I want to start by thanking my colleagues for being here with me today, both Congresswoman Bonnie Watson Coleman and, of course, Congressman Rob Menendez for being here. Look, we came here simply to perform our oversight duties. That is why we came here. There is a law that says that we are able to do that as members of Congress.
Yes, Congress can do oversight in these facilities, right? But there's a way to go about this. You don't show up unannounced with a mob ready to go in the back gate where the detainees are brought in. You show up professionally at the front door. You don't go in, you don't try to go in where the bus is with the detainees who just went in through that gate to the secure facility while there's dangerous immigrants that obviously want to get out of said facility, you don't show up and create chaos there. That's where she has this wrong, right?
And that is what we got here to do. As soon as we got here, we were met with opposition. People were telling us that they're getting a supervisor, that they're going to get someone to come talk with us. We waited and waited. Finally, we went past the gate, and then we had to wait longer. We actually waited over 2 hours to get into this facility just to do a simple oversight visit. They say nothing is wrong with the prison, with this detention center, that we can get in here, that everything, they're following orders. But once again, they delayed us from getting in here to see this facility. We waited in the waiting area for a very long time, talked to many staff members, talked to the warden of this location, and literally still waiting for ICE officials to get here. What all of you watch occurred is just how reckless ICE is.
Yeah, she's blame shifting right now. So the people that were doing their jobs against a mob of people that were trying to break in a facility is reckless, right? I don't think that's how it works. When you try to break into a facility, you are the reckless ones.
It is unacceptable that me, as a member of Congress, as a black woman here in this city, was just assaulted by multiple ICE officers while regional directors of ICE watched it happen.
All right, and here is a video of that congresswoman assaulting a federal agent.
You just saw him try to push off some of these other federal agents outside this DHS detention facility. What a video.
What do you guys think? Do you think she should have federal charges placed against her for assaulting someone? Because I watched the entire video from different angles. She doesn't get assaulted one time. She's holding on to that elderly woman trying to push her way in. And as soon as she gets near one of these agents, she hit him. She literally punched him. So in my opinion, she should face charges for assaulting a federal officer.
Since we toured the whole facility with them, no one offered an apology or said anything to me about what occurred out here. Not only was I assaulted, but Congressman Bonnie Watson was assaulted. And of course, Congressman Rob Menendez was roughed up as he was trying to protect us. It makes no sense, and it is highly unacceptable how this administration is trying to restrict Congress from doing their bare duties and the responsibilities that the people have elected us to do. What we just witnessed was just disgusting. I am very upset. I am very angry, and I am very hurt.
Yeah, so she goes on to say that she's the victim. She's not the victim here. The ICE officers are, right? And people are going to continue to look at ICE officers as terrible individuals as long as Congress members continue to make them out to be terrible individuals. But they never did under the Barack Obama administration, did they? I don't think so. It's literally an attack on President Donald Trump and ICE here, right? On another note, they don't care about these immigrants. They care about the numbers for census and their illegal votes. That's what they want here. If they cared about people in prisons, how come you never hear about them showing up to American facilities where people are treated like garbage? You know, because they don't care. They literally care about the numbers here. All right, now in recap, they were able to get into the facility and tour it, right? After they're the ones that intimidated, right? When they could have gone about it the right way, which was make an appointment and have everybody bend over backwards for you while you're there, right? Now, these three members of Congress were Representative Rob Menendez, and he is not a man. He got up there and cried. Bonnie Watson Coleman and LaMonica McIver, or McIver, whatever. But yeah, so they showed up, and Mayor Baraka of Newark, New Jersey, the garbage heap of New Jersey, he was arrested, and good. He deserves to be arrested for the publicity stunt that he just had. But now he can go in front of all of his voters and say that he stands up for the rights of immigrants when he doesn't really give a hoot, right? But yeah, so I hope these members of Congress face the consequences. I hope we'll see that within the next couple of weeks. That would be outstanding. And that mayor's not going to hold any consequences. The prosecutors, I mean, if it's a federal charge, then The local prosecutor can't do nothing about it, which is outstanding, but we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I wanted to bring some attention to this because I thought it was just a hell of a mess. I don't understand why anyone would do this. Like I said, the only thing it could be is a publicity stunt. And yeah. So we'll see what happens in the next couple of days. I hope you guys have a safe weekend. Get out there, do some PT, drink some water, change your socks. All right, bye.